Hi tribe, and welcome to this new pro tips video episode in which I want to talk with you about a very controversial topic. There are basically two sides. One is against this concept, one is pro, and I'm talking here about the idea of transforming our weapon, our tool, in a projectile weapon. So basically to throw our knife, our tomahawk, axe, or other type of weapon that can be transformed in a projectile weapon. And the main idea for the ones that they are against is that we never throw our weapon. And here it's a lot of truth. I'm also, when I'm teaching or advising you or giving you some teachings regarding the throwing of the weapon, I all the time underline the only situation in which we throw our weapon is when we have a secondary weapon. We never throw our weapon to remain with empty hands. This is true. I am a promoter of the idea of being armed as a protector. In this modern type of violence, and not only now, also in the past, violence is created by multiple individuals in the majority of the situations, and I'm referring here to ambushes and so on, and the majority they are armed. So thinking that only bare hands can protect your life or the loved ones, from these individuals, it's a wrong view. So we need to master to have basic skills in using different kind of weapons. If you are living in countries where carrying a fire weapon is legal, that is remaining the superior weapon. If you are living in countries like me or others where the right for civilians to carry fire weapons it's not allowed, it's not existing, then we must find other solutions. So again, throwing our weapon, or when we decide that is the moment to use that weapon as a projectile weapon, must happen only when we have a secondary weapon. We never remain with empty hands. So this, I will use it now, how I was showing you also the tomahawk, to make you understand how simple you can transform this bag in a concealed carry, fast deployment for your throwing knife, for example. Yeah. So I have my daily ADC blade here that I all the time will deploy it in the same manner, but I have also a throwing knife here. I'm using for this particular video the Obak from CRKT. Yeah, for the ones that they are not knowing it, one of my favorite weapons when we talk about daily carry, concealment and so on. Very pointed design, good for penetration, different type of tissues, very easy it's entering. I was making tests, on animal tissues, so very good blade. How is catched? The same, if you remember from the tomahawk, the ones that they were seeing the video, I have two Velcro bands, very good because this interior of the bag is made in such a way that you can stick on it Velcro. Yeah, so if you have a handgun with a holster that on one side has Velcro, it will stay in that position. I don't want to put my weapon only in the bag and close it, because that it will move from there, and when I need to take it, I don't know the position. So in this situation, I am catching this very good Velcro bands, and the sheath of the knife is coming with a clip on it. So basically when I need to take it, very easy, I'm taking it outside and it's remaining there. So again, one, opening, taking already, bringing the blade up, throwing my blade, extracting my ADC, my close combat blade for the other target. Yeah. Or throwing my blade, extracting, and maybe now the only solution to evade is by passing towards them. So I'm using the blade, confronting the other target and evading. can transform our knife in a projectile weapon and use it in this way, not only when we have multiple assailants, but also when we have only one. In this situation, you can have, for example, a taller enemy target with a big machete, with a big range weapon. So he has a tactical advantage. If I have only my ADC blade, means that I must close very much the distance to use this. And it will be very hard because he has a bigger range. Now, not all the time you can run away. And many times you can find somebody that is physical more prepared than you and he will run faster. Maybe you are with your child and you must protect it. You cannot run away and let him there. So in this situation, having the blade, the throwing blade, can equilibrate the balance. So until he is in the reach for striking me with his weapon, I can throw my blade for 2-3 meters, creating that time so I can close the distance and use my small blade. Opening, extracting the blade, throwing, creating that momentum that I need to close the distance with my secondary blade and attack my target. This is a powerful strike towards the mass center. The aim of this strike, throw, is to create that momentum so I can close the distance using my ADC blade, or maybe the only evasion point is by passing and facing my enemy. So that throw can give me the possibility to use very fast my blade and evade. So for the ones that they are thinking we never throw our knife, I don't say that is not true. We don't throw our knife if is our only weapon. It's logical that I don't throw my knife and remain with empty hands. I am promoting the idea of a protector that is skilled also with empty hands, but it's skilled with weapons, being able to face multiple armed assailants, protecting his life and the ones around him. So in these particular scenarios, you can use that blade to create or equilibrate the balance, to have a tactical advantage when you have only one target, or to incapacitate one of the targets for a limited amount of time when you have multiple assailants. Again, can be this strike deadly? Of course can be, depending on the tool that you are using. If it's a bigger knife, it will have, and with a bigger weight, it will have a lot of power. Again, I remind you that in history, for example, when we talk about tomahawks and knives and tomahawks were used like throwing weapons. They were practicing and training themselves in this particular way of killing with that weapons. So not only for close range distance, but also for transforming them in a projectile weapon. Again, I underline, we throw our weapon only in the situation in which I have a secondary weapon. Opening, throwing the blade, deploying secondary weapon, closing that distance, striking towards the target. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching this pro tips video. I hope that you understand the concept behind it. So number one, we never throw our weapon if we don't have a secondary weapon. And second, it's very good to train these skills and to understand in which type of situations we can apply them. Thank you very much. Stay safe all.